Hey everybody, Coach Barrett here with TMIC Performance along with Coach Moran, and in this video we're going to talk about the proper techniques of how to bench press. So the first thing we're going to look at when it comes to bench pressing is something called the 5 points. Now these 5 points are always touching some kind of surface, if it's the bench or if it's the ground. So the 5 points are your head, your upper back, your buttocks, and then your left and right foot. So I'm going to go ahead and have Coach Moran lay down. So in the entire bench pressing position, his head, his upper back, his buttocks, and his left and right foot are always touching some kind of surface. Now in a bench press, we are technically not like loading the vertical axis of our spine, so we can actually get away by having a little bit of a curvature or a little bit of extension in that lower back, all right? So now that we know that, so we're basically kind of compressing here is kind of the idea. So Moran is gonna go ahead and hold on to the bar for me, so go ahead and pick it up. Before he even goes to lower this thing, what I want him to think about is he's going to pull his shoulder blades together and then think about pushing his shoulders to his butt. Now from this position, so what this does by him doing that is it's gonna help kind of engage the lat. Think of like your lats as being part of your core, and basically when it comes to the big 3 lifts, they're all an entire body exercise. Your entire body should be pretty much turned on. We talked about in the squat video about bone rhythm of the femur, of the thigh bone. Now we're gonna talk about bone rhythm of the humerus or the arm bone. So whenever he goes to lower here, he's gonna think about driving the elbow about a 45-degree angle away from his body, pulling it down with his lats, and then from here, pressing the bar straight up and down. So the bar path on a bench press should be straight up and down. There might be just a little bit of curvature to it, but for the most part, directly up and down is the best way to go from point A to point B, straight up. So now, from here, he's gonna think about putting the weight more into that little groove in the pocket here, because what's gonna happen if he starts putting it back here and there's weight on the bar, he's going to start putting a lot of pressure into that wrist. So by lining up the wrist, what this is gonna do is understanding that a stacked bone is a lot stronger than ones that aren't stacked over each other, all right? So go ahead and lower. Pull it down with the lats, and then press it up. Now, what I'm gonna have him do to add on is talk about leg drive here. So now, he's gonna think about driving his feet into the ground, getting his hamstrings, his quads, his glutes, his calves, basically his glutes and everything, just driving into the bench, driving from the ground into the bench. So go ahead and turn those on for me. Drive, drive, drive as hard as you can. Now from here, keeping the core tight, you're gonna slowly lower with the lats, pull down, press up into my hand. Good, one more time for me. Slowly lowering, and good. I'm gonna have you do it one more time, I lied. You're going to inhale as he goes down. He's gonna exhale, press it up. Good, one more time, sorry. And good, rack it. And good, so to summarize a bench press, we want to think about the 5 points. Head, upper back, buttocks, left and right foot. Now from there, we want to think about hand placement, thinking about keeping it in more of the lower part of your hand, so that way you're not putting the weight to your wrist. We want to think about pulling our shoulder blades together and then pushing them down towards our butt. So this way we get that lat activation for stability. Now from here, he's going to think about driving into the bench by utilizing his legs, getting his entire leg turned on here. He's going to keep his core nice and tight. He's going to inhale, pulling it down, touch the chest. As soon as he's about to press, push out of it. All right, keeping everything nice and tense. So that is Coach Barrett's way of bench pressing at TMIC Performance.